Yeah, you heard me use the term, that team has been hardened, right? They've been calloused. They've been through things. The non-league schedule that Nate Oats put together for this Alabama team is the reason why this team is performing the way they are. They went through some stuff. They went through adversity. They lost games. They lost several games in the non-league. And everyone's going, what's wrong with Alabama? There's nothing wrong with Alabama. Going through that has helped them. That's why they're the cream of the crop of the SEC. I think there's 3 or 4 teams that are at the top, and they're definitely in that category. And that team's for real, and they can win this league. They can win an SEC championship, no question about it. Nobody wants to see that team in the tournament.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Nate Oats Show, brought to you by Tri-Green Equipment. I'm Chris Stewart, along with the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide, and it was almost ideal, Coach. You got a chance to rest up, you got a win, and you claim sole possession of first place in the SEC all in the same week. Not bad.
Yeah, it helped we had a bye. Some other teams at the top were knocking each other out. No, I mean, South Carolina's a really good team. You know, we were tied with them first, but going into Auburn's not an easy place to play. So
right.
They went in. Auburn took care of them. Don't pull for Auburn too much, but they did help us out here. Now we're all alone in first place by a half game. And we're only a half game up from Auburn and South Carolina both, and 1 game up from Tennessee. So we got to take care of business moving forward. We got 7 games left. They're not going to be easy either.
It's a very difficult challenge, but you got past a big test as well, Coach, as we're going to take a look at with the highlights. You go on the road, you win in Baton Rouge, and as normal, we start off the highlights with Mark Sears, who I'm convinced you could put him in the game with no points and 19:30 to go in the or only 30 seconds to go in the second half, and he's going to wind up getting his 20-plus.
He just figures out a way to
He
get
does.
there. Even if, the 1 week he was SEC Player of the Week, I think he was 1 for 10 from 3. He got downhill, gets fouled, gets to the rim, could finish at the rim. Great pass to Grant there. So, yeah, he's playing well. Trelly's been shooting it really well, and he doesn't turn it over. He's been guarding well. He's been real solid, beyond solid. I mean, he's not missing much. So, kind of add him to that backcourt with Sears, Estrada, Ryland. Those 4 guards are playing pretty well for us right now.
Coach, he was really big out of the gate in this game, which was huge as well.
No, he was. I mean, he came, our defense struggled a lot out of the gate, but this is the best game Nick's played all year. I mean, Nick had a great week of practice, thought he got himself really ready to go for the game, and came in and had a super efficient 17 points and did a great job on the glass. And he's beneficiary of some great screens by Mark Sears, getting him open. So it was I think his best game he's played since he's been here. Against a quality opponent, he had some good games against some mid-major schools, but against a Power 5 school, that's his best game he's had.
And then Ryland just doing Ryland things, isn't he, Coach?
No, Ryland's playing well. I mean, Ryland's trying to get him to be the best two-way player in the country. I mean, he's really, when he gets locked in on defense, he can be a great defender. He can really shoot it at a high clip. He's making good reads. He's finishing at the rim at a high clip too. He's had some really efficient games. So continue to see him get better. We're in the second half of February now. We need these guys to all be playing confident at their best. And I think those 3 guards you saw right there are all playing at a pretty high level.
It's a tight ball game till the last 10 minutes, and then the switch flipped, and Mark was a big part of that, Coach. I think he went from 6 points to 23 literally in the last 9.5 in a big way, or a big part of leading your team to that win.
Yeah, no, he can, like you said, he can flip it on. I mean, he hits a couple threes, gets to the free throw line a few times, makes a layup or 2, and all of a sudden it looks like he's about to have a down game, and he ends up with his 20. So I think he's got more 20-point games than I think Colin Sexton's the last one that's had as many, and we still got a lot of games left on the schedule. So I think either tied or passed Brandon for 20-point games. And
He did.
Yeah, Brandon was pretty prolific scorer here last year.
I hear he was pretty good. He pretty good right now, as a matter of fact. We'll talk about that on another show, but right now, let's take a look back, going all access at the Tide's victory down in the Bayou.
Tide has made its way to Baton Rouge to take on the purple and gold variety of the LSU Bengal Tigers.
With our intensity, how we play, how hard we play.
Inside three, Bob Hunter to the bucket, lays it up, got it to go. Great move, Aaron Estrada. Estrada far wing. Fine, bounce pass to Beauty. Pringle the flush. Spark Sears just knocked home another three-pointer for the Tide. Driven dead on. Bottom, Alabama. Waking up, firing early and often. A wonderful start for a fake first three-point range. Bama run to the floor. Nelson with a flush. Grant Nelson the finish. Stevenson at the elbow. Looking back door. Beautiful feed. Pringle the flush. Drives in. Top shot. Counted. And he is fouled. Top of the arc. Weitzel lets it fly. He don't want to do anything but shoot it today, baby. And I can't blame him. Latrell Reitzel Jr. 21 points. Let's get out of here. Alabama, a 109-92 winner over LSU here in Baton Rouge.
All right, what are we doing? We opening this thing? Is this our Christmas gift? Yeah. Oh, wow, we got lights.
You touch it? Oh, I will. Oh. Nah, this OD, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, yeah, it's hard. We playing this? Ooh. Nah, this nice.
Nah, this hard, bro.
Jesus. It's my favorite player's jersey. My favorite.
Those are big time.
That might not get this one.
Oh, these are cool. That. Yeah, I got the ones. That's my favorite logo.
Oh, it's OD. Oh my God, yo.
Nah, these is hard. I ain't gonna lie. These tough. These tough.
Oh, the old Block A.
I got it on
That's
today.
a big time logo. You and me both.
You got the same jacket I had on. I just didn't have the Block A.
That's
logo
right.
on that one.
That's
Yeah.
right. But it's a great look. A lot of winning tied to that. This is an A that I think most people started recognizing with Alabama football with Coach Bryant back in the 60s, 70s, but I think it was actually the late 60s, early 70s that this got busted out. But there are some other looks. Look, first of all, your reaction to what the Tide's going to roll out
I
in.
like it. We're honoring that. What team is that? The 0304?
0304 Elite 8 team.
Yeah, the Elite 8 team. So
Didn't wear that, but it is all part of a throwback weekend. But did you design that?
no, I don't have anything to do with
Okay.
this, but I like it. Little throwback with the Block A on the shorts. I think it looks good.
Best of both worlds, Coach, because I don't think we've ever worn Crimson Tide on the jersey. But the Block A is the old school. So you got some new look and some old school Tide to it as well.
It's great. You know, when we got here, they told us we're crimson and white, no black, no gray. But it's nice they mix it up a little bit, get some different versions of the crimson and white.
Got a little change. All right, let's go back and look at some of the others that have maybe helped inspire. There's the Robert Ory look. The big thing
Ory.
is having Robert Ory in uniform. That's a
Is
big
that,
part of it.
Is that gray in there?
Coach, I can't tell.
They had a little gray there. They're
Yeah.
not gray jerseys, look gray.
Yeah, I'm a
Touch
fan
of
of gray.
gray.
Then you got the.
Is that passing?
That is Brian Passink, Coach, with the hair and everything.
He's stepping inside the three-point line, pulling up to shoot. That's not a good spot.
He
to be
was
shooting
probably
from.
backing up, Coach,
Oh,
to be
okay.
honest. My guess is he was catching it and backing up with Wade Houston
Yeah,
from
he's
Tennessee in the
got hair
background
going.
there.
The jerseys look nice. I like
Oh,
those. Yeah. Maybe roll those
94.
out. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, Demetrius Alexander, I believe, Coach, from 97. That's a little different. More
Black
of
A without the elephant on the shorts.
Right.
A little more black letters everywhere.
My very first game, that ball game, Madison Square Garden, 2003. Irwin Dudley
That's a
lead
young.
the Tide against
I was gonna
Oklahoma.
say that's a young Dudley.
That is a young Dudley. That's a
Got the-
senior.
all he wears is Jordans. I see he's
That's
got the
it.
Jordans on again, but
Yeah.
he's.
And I'll be honest, of the throwbacks, that's my favorite. The
I
mid
do like
70s.
it with the stripes on the
Yes, sir.
like the collar.
And around the waistband.
Yeah, I
That's
like it.
Alonzo G, by the way,
That's
really good one.
Those are the ones we need to pull back. Those
I
are-
love that one. I get no vote. It's your team, your program, but I do love that one. Richard Hendricks, a good look in
those aren't bad.
08 as well.
I do like the one before a little better. Those aren't bad though. Ray Hendricks could play a little bit, from what I understand.
He absolutely could play.
He's done well with the announcing too. He's
really
He
good.
told me he's trying to take your job. I don't know.
He wants passings.
Oh,
He doesn't want.
passings.
Nobody wants
Okay.
play by play.
Okay.
I tell you, the The look, though, we saw with Alonzo G, that was a really good look in 06, but the mid-'70s, CM Newton's teams that won 3 straight titles, they wore that same uni. That was a good look.
You were watching it in the mid-'70s?
I was a small child in the mid-'70s. Very small child.
I was born,
TV was in black and white, but
I was born in the mid-'70s, so that's what they're...
Okay, close.
We need to break those out, though. I do. Maybe next year's throwback.
So glad to hear you say that. That'll be an off-air discussion. All right, when we come back, a guy that we're glad is in uniform regardless of what it looks like, Ryland Griffin. That's the young man we'll be talking about coming up next here on the Nate Oats Show, presented by Tri-Green Equipment.
Only one other person can be an NBA player. I'm taking Casey Wallace. I'm gonna go with my high school squad. I just feel like I had to pick up us 4. I'm picking Casey Wallace, my boy Trey from high school, my boy Charlie, it's me, and then just throw us a footer and we good.
You got a dream pickup team?
Listen, Ryland thinks his high school team could beat any high school team at any era of any time, which I like. He's got a lot of confidence. And I think they beat 2 number 1 teams and the 2 nationally ranked number 1 teams. His high school team was good, him and Casey Wallace, and they had some. So on my dream pickup team, well, you can only have one other NBA player. Is that what they're saying?
Probably.
Oh. Well, I'd take Jordan for one.
That's
NBA
a good
player.
call. That's a good call.
Then we just
it doesn't really matter after you pick him, does it?
Then we just get a bunch of assist guys and screening guys. Find the 2 best assist guys and the 2 best screeners and just get Jordan the ball every time down.
Ryland Griffin's not a bad option B, though, is he? You take Jordan first, but Ryland
guards and he makes open shots. Spread the floor out with Ryland. So
he's really grown, hasn't he, Coach? Talk about as a player.
No, he's gotten much better. I mean, his role's significantly increased. He steps up in big games. I mean, he's been big against Auburn. He was big at their place last year. He's big at home against them this year. I think he's really started to guard. You know, he showed he could do it last year. It's been a lot more consistent this year. He's making better decisions at the rim. You know, he can actually really pass too. You know, when you get him in some pick and rolls and kind of get him with some live catch pick and rolls where he doesn't have to necessarily dribble into them, but he comes off, he makes good reads. We do this NBA 100, we call it, it's like 100 threes, different types. He made 92 out of 100.
Wow.
That's the highest we've ever had at any point we've ever done it since I've been doing it. So he can really shoot it.
All the things he can do, but he's kind of the mold of the rest of the team, isn't he, Coach? Unselfish is the biggest part of his game.
Yeah, we don't really have too many selfish guys on this team. A lot of guys are the Mudita that Coach Murphy talks about all the time. When he came in and talked to our team, they've tried to embody it, and he's been great with it. I mean, he'll come out of the game, be super happy for the guys that are in the game, tell me to leave them in. I mean, we went to Creighton, and that's Trelly's hometown in Omaha, and he came out of the lineup. Trelly was in. He was super happy for Trelly. He played pretty well there too. But he's very unselfish.
All right, your favorite segment coming up next. Ask the Coach here on the Nate Oats Show, presented by Tri-Green Equipment. Nate Oats' favorite part of the show. It's when I don't ask him anything. It comes from other sources. So, ready to get to it?
Yeah. Who are the questions coming from today?
Let's see what we got.
Hey, Coach. Who is your favorite NBA player?
Ooh. All time.
All-time NBA player.
Michael Jordan's at the top. I was also a big Dennis Rodman fan. Tough guy, rebounder. But currently, right now, I don't know if I have one right now.
I gotta ask.
Giannis from Milwaukee. I grew up right outside Milwaukee. Big Giannis fan.
Before we go any further, I gotta ask. Dennis Rodman may have been your favorite player as a kid. How tough would it have been to coach Dennis Rodman?
You definitely have to handle some different, but in some regards. But man, when you play that hard every single time out,
you put up with some other stuff.
Deal with some off-court stuff.
I understand. Let's go to the next one.
Hey, Coach, do you have a lucky jacket or sports coat that you like to coach in?
You know what? I'm not a big luck kind of guy or superstition, so Probably not, but there's a nice crimson one that I won the SEC championship in that I like. I think that was pretty good. So
you're not like Michael Scott from The Office. You're not superstitious, but you are a little stitious. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just a little stitious,
All right.
not superstitious.
Let's see what's next.
Hey, Coach, how much film does Coach Pannone watch per day?
Shoot.
Constantly? When does he not watch tape?
Listen, he's a really good father. So he'll go home and spend some time with his kids and no phone, no film. His kids go to bed. He might get 6 hours of film after his kids go to bed. I don't know. My guess would be he probably spends 8 to 10 hours a day on film, and that may be underselling him because I get texts when he was in the NBA and with their travel schedule. Sometimes I get the text at 3, 4 in the morning, like they'd land. He'd send me the edits that he's been working on and stuff. He a lot of film, a lot more than anybody else. Charlie watched a lot of film too.
Right.
Charlie's got a little more. Goes to bed, gets up real early, gets in early. I mean, Pannone will be up, I think, all night some nights. I don't know when he sleeps.
All right. I think we got another one, Coach. Let's see.
Hey, Coach. So who do you think's the best dressed coach in the SEC?
You're allowed to vote for yourself, aren't you?
If you can't vote, I like my sport coach. If you can't vote for yourself, I'm going to go with Stackhouse. I think he's pretty good.
That's a good call.
Stack's pretty sharp. He's clean. He's good. But I like the Plaid Palace. The Plaid sport coach are nice.
2 more, Coach. Here's the next one.
Hey, Coach, have you watched any of the manager games?
Ooh.
I used to participate in the manager games back at Buffalo sometimes.
Slip out there?
I had a few threes and a few of them. But then you get a little worked up and
yeah.
you don't want to.
You're hyper competitive. I noticed that.
Yeah, a little bit. So probably isn't the best that I play those manager games because you might say something to the wrong guy. But do I watch them occasionally? I will not leave the hotel to go back up on the road and watch them. If I'm in the building and happen to be in there the night before the game at home, I'll wander through and watch them.
Catch a glimpse.
I haven't played in them since I've been here. But back at Buffalo, I played in them.
All right. One last one.
Hey, Coach, does it help having a former Alabama player on staff like Erwin Dudley?
It's a great question. We had Petway when I got here, and I definitely think it helped because I think there's some tradition that they get across. I definitely think for 100%, and they got to be good people. Like Petway was great, and Erwin's like as good as they come. Petway vouched for Erwin before I kind of hired him, and I think Erwin's been great for our guys, and Petway was great. So if it's the right one, it definitely helps to have a former player that kind of teaches them the ropes and what it's like.
Sure.
And, yeah, I think Erwin's been great though.
Special guys and still part of the Alabama legacy. We're coming back. We'll take a look at what's on tap next. Stay with us here on the Nate Oats Show, presented by Tri-Green Equipment.
I'm good.
Coach, you're in the back half of conference play, but there are absolutely no cupcakes available in the SEC anymore.
No, I mean, what A&M's record right now is not like all that stellar, but shoot, I saw some people were picking them to make a Final Four before the year. They've got a ton of talent. I mean, Taylor, he had over 40. You got to be pretty talented to score over 40 in a college game. Radford, he's capable of going for 30 or more. So their backcourt can score at a high level. Their front court's maybe the hardest playing, toughest front court in the league. Florida's had some big wins. I think they've won 5 out of 6 or 6 or 7 here lately. They're playing.
You got to play them twice down the stretch.
Yeah, we do, and they're playing really well, and it's. I think they're headed the right direction too. Like they're getting better as the year goes on. So it'd be nice to play them twice early, not late.
Right.
But if you're going to win the league, you got to win tough games. So you get them at home and on the road. We're gonna have to go win some tough games to win the league.
And again, why you played the schedule you did in November and December to get you ready, and obviously to this point you have been. We appreciate your time, Coach. We appreciate you for joining us, and we'll see you next week right here on the Nate Oats Show, presented by Tri-Green Equipment.